Texas students, teachers, and librarians. My name is Niki Lenz. I am the author of Bernice Buttman Model Citizen, and I have some questions to answer for you today. The first question is, did you ever want to be a stunt person like Bernice? Easy answer, no. I am very much an indoor girl, and I never am up for any kind of adrenaline activities like Bernice. However, the scene from the book when Bernice first rides a horse, her horse Hoof-Hearted, that came directly from my life. The first time I ever rode a horse, I got up on there and the horse just like took off running all across the field, dumped me off on my backside, and that was straight out of my life. So I had early readers that were like, oh, a trained tame horse would never do that. And I'm like, ha, yes, it would. The second question is, were you ever bullied as a child? My first thought was no, but then I kind of thought about it and I remembered when I was in maybe first or second grade, I had to walk home from school, and there was this boy that was also in first or second grade. And he used to knock my backpack off my back every single day, and I'd come home crying. So finally, my mom came to the rescue, and she followed this kid home in her car and got out and yelled at him. And she's this tiny little woman, so I'm sure it was not that scary. But he never did bully me again after that. Is it harder to write a story from the point of view of a bad guy? I wouldn't say it's harder, because any character you write, you have to kind of step outside of yourself and put yourself in the skin of another person for a while. It does help if you can be inspired by a real person that you know. And Bernice was actually inspired by a real person. Before I was an author, before I was a stay-at-home mom, I was a kindergarten teacher for 6 years. And one year, I had this girl in my class that was the world's hugest bully. She could not make friends. She didn't understand why. Any of the girls didn't want to play with her, but she would just go around knocking things out of people's hands, pushing people over, stealing swings. And so I, as a good teacher that I was, set up a conference with her mother, at which she bullied me for the next hour. And I realized that this girl just came from a whole family of bullies. She had 4 older brothers that were all bullies, one after another in the school. And I always kind of wondered, what would happen if that girl could get away from that family for a little while and just figure out what kind of person she wanted to be. And so that was kind of the inspiration for Bernice. So it helped me to be able to write her because I kind of knew her. Do you believe that everyone deserves a second chance in life? Yes, and that is one of the main themes in Bernice Buttman Model Citizen, is that people can change. And also that you can decide what kind of person you want to be. And I love that we all get a choice, and we can all do better. What advice would you give to young authors and illustrators as they learn to improve their skills? The biggest advice that I can give you is read. Read. Read a million billion books, because every time you read a book, you're internalizing things like plot structure and character arcs. Even if you don't realize it, it kind of soaks into your brain. And so the more you can read, the better you can write.